Hello, my name is Jared Arrowood. I'm a cadet in the Louisiana State University ROTC program, and I'm part of the Bengal Corps Leadership Program. Today, I would like to share my leadership philosophy with you. First, I have achievement attitude. I believe it is important for as an organization, team, or any group to have a specific goal in mind. This goal is important because it gives reason for the leader to delegate certain tasks to other group members and gives team members the knowledge that what they are working towards and the task they are completing is for a purpose. It is important that while keeping this attitude that all opportunities for growth and development are taken. A very influential man in my life growing up used to say, "Don't wait for life to give you lemons. Go pick that tree yourself while the fruit is ripe." Then, excuse me. The next strength that goes hand in hand with the one above is direction. It is important that the goal is made, but making sure all know how to reach that goal is the job of the leader. It is important to understand who you are working with and make sure that all understand the task at hand. If they do not, make sure that they are being guided in the correct way, keeping the end goal in view in order to boost the efficiency of the team. Finally, the most important leadership quality that I possess, the ability to communicate. I, for one, cannot stand when something is not communicated to me. I get frustrated when I am told to show up to a meeting at a certain time, and am told once I get there that the person running the meeting decided to reschedule me to another date. Having a good system of communication is the oil that keeps the engine running smoothly in all team efforts. It needs to be used over each component of the group in order to make sure that all parts are not clashing with each other. Two of the leadership dispositions that I've chosen as struggles in this program are voice and inspirational influence. Growing up, I was not confident in myself in the ways that I would like to have been, and struggled in voicing my opinions for fear of them being wrong. In the previous segment, I mentioned how important it was for a team member to be comfortable in the situation they are to complete the task at hand. And sometimes, the only way to get comfortable is to power your way through uncomfortable situations. I put more effort into putting my thoughts into words and making sure those words were heard. As much as I value communication in a team, I knew if I wanted to become a leader, I would need to become confident in my ideas and be able to voice them. Being chosen to lead one of the squads in my RTC battalion gave me a platform to voice my ideas and how our squad could improve, while also giving me the chance to listen to other squad members' ideas and how to respond and incorporate them into my own. This segues into my second disposition of inspirational influence. Being unable to utilize my voice in situations made it impossible for me to use my voice for the inspiration of others. I was often focused on bettering myself, but then realized that a team is a culmination of the strength of all its members as well as their weaknesses. As a leader of a team, it's my job to listen to their needs, find ways to bolster them on their strengths, and constructively improve our weaknesses. As a strategy to engage a follower in my philosophy, I would say that the best way to accomplish something is to make it experience for all who participate in it. No one likes coming home from a long day of school or work with a list of more droning tasks to do. Finding a way to make these tasks interactive and more intuitive for followers is something that I believe would boost the efficiency and morale in completing these tasks. Try to change the scenery or make it a contest, all things that make the task a little less boring and easier to do. For my chosen method of communication, I prefer to communicate verbally whenever possible. You will never see me typing up an electronic complaint to Amazon when my package doesn't arrive. I will already be on the phone with the company trying to figure out where exactly my money and my package have gone to. There's so much that can be lost in nonverbal communication, one of which is the time spent trying to solve a problem in ways that can be ignored or missed, such as texts or emails, as well as the emotions of the people who are conveying these thoughts to you, which as a leader is very important to keep track of your members' needs. The other important factors to keep in mind is how much information can be lost when the communication is not direct. The more people that information is passed through, the more it can become distorted, and the less likely is that the person who needs to hear the information will be able to react appropriately to it. Decisions must be made with the goal in mind, but more importantly with the lives of your team members considered. Whether you're in the military leading an infantry battalion or leading a large corporate project, nothing is more important than the ones putting the time and effort and livelihood into these tasks. It is most vital as a leader that you care for the team members that they are overseeing. The goal is not reached without your team members, so it is vital that they are heard, directed, and accounted for. There will obviously be mistakes made throughout your decision-making process, but all these can be learned from as time goes on. For image and personal brand, I think it is very important to be looked upon as someone who knows what they are doing and knows what they are doing is right. It is important to be presentable and to be seen through your actions as someone who possesses integrity. It is important to be seen as someone who will make right choices when needed, which will earn you the trust and respect of your team members. It is important to take initiative and truly understand what you are conveying to a team so you can be the one that they turn to when they need it. My core personal values include integrity because, as mentioned before, it is important to want to do the right thing even when no one is watching. It is the best way to build trust in your team and gives a sense of security that you are leading in the best way you know how and looking for the best outcomes possible. However, when these outcomes are not looking too likely, it is important to also have faith that even when it seems like everything is going wrong, you have belief that it will work out as it's supposed to. Many people look at optimism as being naive, but I see it as motivation, that all you're working towards is for good, even when it goes nothing like you thought it would. Institutional values that I wish to support are organizations or groups that have the same goals and values as I hold as my own. Finding a place that shares your ideals can help you magnify them and spread the ideals of your philosophy to others. In my personal and professional life, I hope to become a leader who is founded in integrity, understands those who work around me, and pushes them to become the better versions of themselves and make a better team, and out of that team, a better world. For my theme song, I chose I Will Survive, because I think if you look at it from a leadership standpoint, it can be interpreted as leaving behind the cumbersome weights that will drag you down, locking them away, and continuing to greater things even when it feels all is lost. Thank you.